Hey everybody, welcome to your kettlebell workout today. You are going to need a single bell. But that said, if you have a couple bell sizes at home that are kind of single-handed bell sizes, so like for a snatch or a clean, and you want to play with some sizes today, I've got a couple sizes out. We'll kind of guide you through as we move through this. You also might want a set of hand weights as we just do our warm-up. When we get into our kind of plank position, you'll want to be elevated just a hair. So if you've got a set of hand weights, go ahead and grab those just for elevation. We're not even going to lift them today. So we'll get started with a little warm up. We're going to start out with a squat. Every time we flow through this, we're going to go through 4 times. I'm going to change up our squat format. So we'll add some weight as we get going. We're going to do a little body halo, which is where we bring that bell around around the outside. And then we're gonna come down for a little plank extension. So we'll come in, we'll stand left side on round 1 and 3, and go to right side on round 2 and 4. We'll grab an extension, and then we're gonna drop that back knee and grab a hinge. Again, we're gonna run through this 4 times. No worries if you're like, huh, what? I'll guide you through as we get going. All right, we are 23/7, so short and sweet, both in our work time and in our rest time. We're 10 seconds to start. Now remember, we're just starting out with a body weight squat to get us going. Feet hip width distance apart, finding your chair position behind and coming up tall. Now, don't need to move these fast, we're just getting warmed up here. Waking up our legs. If you were doing some squats with us yesterday in our Sally workout, you are maybe feeling those today. So we've got more arm workout today than leg. So if you're like, good, thank goodness. We're gonna put that bell in left hand. We're gonna cross body in front and wrap it around the outside. Good, I want you to kind of square up those hips and heels and lift that gaze. So take that chin off chest. That gaze can be out, or maybe your floor and wall connect in that wall in front of you. Nice job. We're going to continue moving in this direction. Last 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go hands down. So if you have those hand weights, this is where we're going to start out in high plank. And we're going to bring that left knee in, left heel lift. Then you're going to sweep this all the way through. Drop that back knee. Find a nice big hinge. Good. Now we're going to bring it back up. We're going to find that extension again. Pull it back in. Drop that back knee, hinge. You should feel a nice stretch in that hamstring. Bring it in one more time. And now we're gonna move to a weighted squat. So we're gonna bring one hand on, one hand off, and we're just gonna come up tall. Now this isn't your heaviest bell you've ever done. That's okay. Remember, we're warming up here. Nice job of keeping that shoulder packed. As I make that hand transition on top of that bell. Good, we're gonna come in for 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna bring that right hand to the bell. We're gonna pass it to the left in front. So bringing it around the outside. Sorry, I kind of started, oh, we're creatures of habit, aren't we? Started kind of bringing it through. Oh, this mic is gonna bug me. I'm gonna have to fix it in our next transition. Nice job, 5 seconds. Remember, we're gonna go back down into our high plank, this time moving that right side in our extension and hinge. All right, high plank, right knee in, extension. Now you're gonna sweep it all the way through, drop that left knee, and find your hinge. You'll only get a couple on each side. So don't feel like if you only get 2 in, that's about all I'm getting in as well. Don't worry, we're coming through another time. Now this time we're gonna grab a squat catch. So hands are at the top of that bell handle. They sweep around those horns, elbows in. Bring it all the way down. Good. That bell can touch the floor. Awesome, we've got just 10 seconds left. We're gonna go back to our left side in that body halo. So left hand, I like to grab at the corner of the bell, so that way when I pass it to the right, got a nice big handle to grab. Now think about packing those shoulders, letting that bell move around you, and you're kind of just adjusting that body weight underneath to grab your balance as that bell floats around. Last 3, hang in there 2, and done. Here we go, we're down on that left side again. We're finishing up our left side, coming in, extension, sweep it through, hinge. Maybe second time through this feels a little bit bigger range of motion. Not needing to make these fast, taking all the stretch you can get in this set. Good, we're bringing it up. Now we're gonna grab a goblet style squat, which means we're gonna do 1 squat catch, and we're gonna hang out right here. This is our final squat. Nice job keeping those elbows in. Remember, I'm telling myself as much as I'm telling you, we all kind of fight that path of least resistance. Nice job, 4 seconds to go. And that bell comes down right here. Now we're right hand, right corner of the bell. Coming in with our final body halo. Passing in front first, bringing it around, good. Usually takes 1 time around. Just like any bell move, typically we need to get a little momentum happening when we're applying any swing and movement that's not strict to that bell. Last 2, 1, and we're coming down. We're high plank, this is our final set. We're gonna bring that right knee in, right heel lift, bring it through, drop, find your hinge. Awesome, bring it back up. Right into your extension again, sweep it through, drop that knee. Hinge. Nice job, this is probably your last one here. 3, 2, and bring it up. All right, high elbows. Now we're gonna move on. We've got a little AMRAP set here to get us started. We're gonna go for 3 minutes. You're gonna stick with that single bell. If you've got multiple single bells, you can kind of play with this. You'll probably end up getting through it 2 times in our 3 minutes. So we're gonna change our time to 3 minutes on. We're gonna go for reps here. So we've got 5 reps of everything, and we're gonna start on the floor. I know you're like, already a kettlebell nap? You are welcome. All right, so we're gonna start out with that triceps here for 5, a skull crusher tricep. Then those heels are gonna lift, and we're gonna separate extensions here for 5. After that, you're gonna bring that bell up. We're gonna roll it in. I know sometimes I make that look easier than it probably is. You can adjust, set your bell down, and come back in. You've got your 5 bicep curls. Then we're gonna hop it out. We've got alternating mountain climbers for 5. Then you're gonna hop it in, bring that bell up. And we're gonna find our 5 squat catches again after that. Then we're gonna flow right back down to our start with our triceps. So again, you'll probably make it through twice. So we'll start together here. 10 seconds, we're on the mat. Feet are on the floor, knees are bent. Bell stacked over shoulders. Weight into those feet. Here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now my heels are gonna lift, and I'm doing a stiff arm as those feet fall. Here's 1, 2, not needing to move fast, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Now I'm gonna let that bell roll me all the way up, pop my hips up, and if you're coming into your front position, we're right here in curls. Know that you can stand in your curl position as well. You do not need to be frog style here. I'm on 4 and 5. Bell comes down. Now we've got alternating mountain climbers for 5, 4, to catch. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna bring it all the way down. You can let that bell set. I'm gonna roll it all the way back. Coming in for 5 more triceps. Now, don't worry if you're not keeping pace with me. Maybe you're going faster than me. That's okay, even if you're behind. All good. This is your 3 minutes. 4, 5. Now those heels are gonna lift. We're gonna separate together. Here's 1, 2. Push that belly button down, small of your back. Stays connected to the mat. There's 3, 4, 5. Good, that bell comes up. Now, I let that guide me that last time. This is what it looks like if you are just making those kind of manual adjustments. Awesome, we've got about 45 seconds left. 3, 4, 5. Bring it in, high plank. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hop it in. Now squat catch. Awesome job. We've got about 15 seconds left, which means I can have a little bit more time for triceps here. I'm not even going to count them because there's only 10 seconds left. Tuck those hips up underneath. 2 and done. Nice job. Bell comes up, body comes up, and we're grabbing a high elbow, and we're going to move on. Now, we've got a little bit longer sets today. So, again, you can play with your bell sizes if you've got different bell sizes. Otherwise, no harm, no foul, and just staying with your snatch size bell is all you're going to need today. All right, we're adjusting our time. We're gonna go 40 seconds on, so yep, a little bit longer time, but we've got some work to do in our 40 seconds. So it won't be one move, we've got 3 moves kind of comboed together in this set. I'm gonna give myself a little bit more space. I think I was being a little extraneous in my bell choices, so I'm gonna stick with my regular size bell here. However, if you want a heavier bell here, this would be the one to put it into. So we're gonna start out with a broken snatch. So we're gonna bring that bell up in that snatch position. You're gonna pull it in, bring it down all the way, grab a burpee. We're burping right over the top of that bell, and then you're gonna come in for a clean. Right here, coming in with that broken snatch again. Pull it down, down, and then burpee. Now we're gonna go left side for 40 seconds, and then we're gonna move right side. Then we've got a little body weight here. So if you wanna use your hand weights again, you could use them just to keep you off the mat. Otherwise, we're coming in for 2 jacks, 2 jump squats, bringing it down, 2 plank jacks, then 2 push-ups. You can be on those toes or on knees for 2. Bring it back up for jacks. Now, in that 40 seconds, we're gonna flow through those 4 exercises, and then we're gonna come in. I'm gonna lighten up my bell just a little bit because we're gonna come in for windmills after that. Starting out on that left side. I'm setting up that windmill over the top. We're gonna come in with 1 windmill, come tall. I'm putting that weight on that back left leg if I'm left side. And then I'm gonna reset with a little tree. Light connection, re-enter. Now, if you're not doing your bell at the top, you can always come down here in your bottom windmill, and then you can sweep that leg through and grab a single leg deadlift. Set it back, come in, another windmill. So you have some options if you're not going that bell over the top. All right, we've got to start to finish here. We are 3 times through this. We'll start out with that left side broken snatch to burpee clean. All right, here we go. 10 seconds. I'm gonna need a little chop here. I can already tell. All right, starting left side, we've got one snatch. That bell comes down, full release, hands down, one burpee. Now I'm burping right over the top of that bell so I can do a dead clean. And then I'm gonna re-snatch from that rack position, pull it down all the way. Pull it back in. Now, we worked some negatives the other day. So when you bring that bell down from this overhead position, you don't need to do kind of a slow release. Just let it come all the way down. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, we're moving on right side. Here we go. Ooh, feeling a little winded already. Bring that bell up, pull it down, full release. Nice job, set that burpee and clean. Bring it back, one snatch. Pull it in, release. Nice job, keeping that right shoulder packed, whether you're in that back cast or as that bell unfolds between those feet. And especially as you pull that bell back up into rack. All right, we're down for our body weight here. So again, you can use your hand weights on those plank jacks and push-ups. We'll start together though on standing jacks for 2. Jump squats for 2. Hands down, plank jacks for 2. 2 push-ups. Hop it back in. Here we go, back to jacks for 2. Jump squat for 2. Hands down, plank jack for 2. Push up for 2. Awesome. We've got time for one more. And we're gonna come in for our windmill. I'm gonna go windmills up. Know that I gave you that opposite, or that bell down option. We'll come in on that left side. Find your clean to press. Setting up that windmill, weight is on that back left hip and heel. As you come tall, weight goes back into that left heel. Reset with tree. Reposition for windmill. Nice job. That tree position just realigns our windmill, keeping 80% of that weight back on that left side. All right, here we go, right side. On our second time through, I will demo the bottoms up version of this. Now know that body weight only here is absolutely an option. If you're new to windmills, put that weight down. Just work on this floor mat. Coming in, going through the motion without any weight at all. Now 80, 20. Bring it in, 100. Back to 80, 20. And bell comes down. We're in round 2. Back to that snatch, broken, to our burpee clean. Here we go, left side, kicks it off. Finding that dead clean. Now, if you're not doing snatches today, you can always do a dead clean to a swing clean, which means you'll burpee, dead clean, swing clean, then bring it back down. So if you want to replace those snatches with a clean, go ahead and replace it. All right, here we go. Moving on right side. Right side, strong side. All right, here we go. Nice job. Now, know that you do not need to keep pace with me. If I'm moving faster than you, and you are kind of sticking with moving slow set, find that pull, slow it down, find that snatch, slow it down, release, hands down. You can step it out, step it in, find that reclean, good. So there's lots of variations you can take in this set. Good, we're moving body weight here. I'm gonna use my hands on my bells as I come down for my plank jacks. Here we go, standing jack to start. Nice job, hopping it in. Back to standing jacks for 2. Squat jumps for 2. Know that you can drop to knees on that push-up. Just keep those hips tucked. No booty mountains here. I want you to tuck. Find that plank position. Then bring it back up. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna go back to our windmills. Windmill, press, and tree. Now, if that left hand is up, I'm gonna go bottoms up this time. For those of you that are going bottom, we're gonna come up tall. Now, you're gonna either leave that bell in your right hand, bring it down into that single leg deadlift, set it back, put it back into windmill. Good job. Now, remember you are 80-20. Now 100. Bringing it back. 80-20. Nice job. This hand is important up top. So if it doesn't, I'm kind of looking at the camera, but you are actually looking up at that hand as if there were a bell up top. Now we're gonna switch. I'm in that right hip and heel. Right arm is up. So I'm tracking with those that are bells on top and bell on the bottom. Remember 80% 20. Come up nice and tall. That left leg sweeps back. 100. Bring it back up. Gaze comes up. Nice job. If you feel unbalanced with one hand on, put both hands on as you move into your single leg deadlift. Awesome. Fall back in. I'm watching this right hand as it wraps around my shoulder up top. Nice job, bringing it back. This is our last time through. We've got our snatch, burpee clean, or swing clean, burpee, dead clean. Nice job, packing that left shoulder as you come tall. And then kind of turn to the side. So you can see that bell goes right in between those feet. My belly button is over the handle as I burpee. Come back in, right hand stays off. And you're right back in to that snatch over the top. I got a lot of momentum there coming off that rack position. Right hand stays off, don't rest that hand here. Use those legs. Here we go, we're gonna switch up right side. Now in that snatch to start, starting behind that bell. Bring it up overhead. Pull it in, full release. Set, clean. Breaking these up into the 3 steps or more they are. Left hand stays off. Keep it off that left quad. Find that dead clean here. Set, dead clean. Nice job. Bell comes down And we are back to our body weight work. Moving in for our standing jack to squat, plank jack to push up. Here we go for 2, 2, 2. Last one, drop to knees if you need to. Push up, 2. Hop it back in. Nice job. It's a rapid 8. And bring it up. I'm gonna go back to my windmills up, but you can stay with that windmill down. Bell is in your right hand if you are bottoms up. Otherwise, bell is in left hand if that bell is overhead. Weight is in that left hip and heel. 1 windmill. 80% here, 100%, 80% here, tree 100%. Put it back down, fall back in. Reset with tree. Bell comes down. We're in our last 40 seconds here, you guys. Hang in there. We're almost done. Coming in with that clean to press. Kicking off that windmill. Remember, 80%. And you can start in your 100 and then bring it into that windmill. Weight again on that back leg, but that front leg is connected. Then reset tree. Now start pacing yourself. Awesome, we've got 3, 2, 1, and done. Awesome, bells come down. Woo! That definitely deserves a high elbow. Nice work. That was a lot of combinations, a lot of change up, but we made it. We won't celebrate too long. We're gonna move back into our 3 minutes. So you need that single bell. Now maybe that single bell is the same as your first time through this. Maybe you have another option and you want to lighten it up. Maybe you want to go a little heavier. You can always as well use those hand weights if that bell is too heavy and lighten it up just a little bit more. If you are using hand weights, though, I want you to press them together in that tricep and extension work as well as your bicep curls. So you'll push them together as if they were one in those sets. We're gonna go back to our 3 minutes. Now we made it through a little bit, I made it through like 2.3 times. So I'm gonna just start at the beginning. If you wanna start where you left off, you can totally do that too. It's your 3 minutes, use it as you may. I've got 4 reps here to kick us off, or 5 reps here. Remember, if 5 is not your number and 3 is your number, grab 3. All right, we're gonna move together here on the floor. Hopefully I've talked enough to give you a little recovery time. All right, we're 10 seconds to start. Now I am gonna go down 1 bell size here in my work. Now feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent, and I want you to tuck those hips up underneath for skull crusher, triceps here. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now those heels are gonna lift. And we're gonna separate them together. Pull them back in. Now, if it's too much, go 1, 2, and then grab your 3 reps each side, or for front and back, or grab your 5 together. Transition, we're moving into our bicep curl. After that bicep curl, we're back to our alternating mountain climber. And then hopping it in. Finding our 5 squat catch. Reset. Then we're going to bring it all the way back down. I'm like slipping on my back sweat from laying on the mat. Oh, good times. All right, here we go. We are 1.5 minutes in, 1.5 to go. I'm going to slow this up because I want it to take me 1.5 minutes to get all the way through. I'm just finishing up those 5 skull crusher, heels lift. Finding those extension and front raises with those heels. These are one of those exercises you will feel the next day. I promise. Nice job. There's 5 for me. I'm going to bring that bell back up. And see that I didn't have my momentum. Let that bell pull me in. 5 curls. Knowing you can do these in a standing position as well. Trying to take any swing out. Here's 4 and 5. Awesome, we're gonna bring it into high plank, alternating those climbers for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hop it in, hips stay lifted, set that flat back. Coming in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna get a couple more squats in. We've got just 5 seconds left. Just wrapping up our 3-minute AMRAP, and bell comes down. Nice finish. Now that's the last time we're gonna go through that. I'm gonna demo our last set of our kind of longer set of exercises. We're gonna keep the same kind of movement happening, meaning our 40 seconds is going to be filled with some combination work in these sets. All right, your bell choice. Single bell coming in. We're gonna grab a high pull, a clean, and a lunge. Now, if you don't like high pulls, you can always do a 1-arm swing, then pull it in for that clean to rack lunge. So it'll look like this. Right hand is off to the side. Coming in high pull, clean, step it back, lunge. Then we're gonna fall right back in to that high pull, clean, lunge. We'll stay on that left side for 40 seconds, and then we're gonna move right side. Then we're down into our body weight. We're gonna do a wide stance here. We've got 2 Cossack slides for 1, 2. Then we're gonna bring it in. Wide squat touch for 2. You're gonna hinge, find your walkout. Sink, and 2 Hindus here. After 2 Hindus, you're gonna walk it back. You can widen up that stance and grab those 2 Cossack slides again. Then we're gonna come down to the floor for some chest presses. Again, we're gonna stay left side for the entire time, and we're gonna do right side after that. So bell is in my left hand. I'm gonna bend that left knee. That right leg goes from long, lined up with hip, to opening up just a little bit. Now we're gonna move this hand from T to down wide to up wide in that shoulder roll. So we'll come in for 1 chest press. We're gonna move to that shoulder roll right here. We're gonna roll it back. Now that hand's gonna come down and that wrist is gonna come up. 1 more chest press. You're gonna push in, find that shoulder roll again. Roll it back with control. These should take you a little bit. Now that hand's gonna come all the way up overhead as we move into that final shoulder roll at the top. Now that shoulder roll is optional. If you want more chest presses and maybe a random shoulder roll here and there just to kind of get a little reset, go ahead and do that. We're gonna go left side and right side on this set. We'll start together in our high pull, clean to lunge. We're 3 times through. And, oops, we're not 3 minutes here. All right, 10 seconds to start. Again, I'm gonna start on that left side. Swing versus a high pull, always an option. Here we go, left side, high pull. Clean, slow it up, lunge. Bring it back to that high pull. Or swing right here. Clean, lunge. Good, bringing it back. Now shove in that high pull, that elbow is high, you're a standing plank at the top of that high pull. Then bring it back. Bell comes down. All right, we're moving on right side. After you come off that high pull and move into that clean, you're trying to keep it close. Mine were kind of flying a little bit, so I need to clean that up too. Then step it back in that lunge. If bell is in right hand, you're gonna step back right. Now start moving those shoulders and hips together. Explosive on that high pull and with control in that lunge. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're gonna bring it body weight here. I'm gonna start out in a wide Cossack slide. So we're gonna sink, slide, sink, slide for 2. Bring it up, back down for 2, wide squat, touch, then bring it back down, and you're gonna hinge. Find a walkout. Hinge again, and 2 Hindus going underneath that fence. After your 2, you're gonna walk it back. You're wide into that slide for 2. Bring it in, wide squat touch. Again, wide hinge, walk it out, sink, Hindu. All right, we're into that left side on that chest press. So remember that left knee is bent, that right leg is long, straight into the side, and that right hand is in T position, palm can be down. Here we go, 1 chest press. Good, now you're gonna roll up onto that shoulder, bring it back, slow. Bring it back down, another chest press. And now this hand's gonna come down, wrist comes up. Here we go, we're gonna roll, and you can roll right on it. These should actually feel kind of good. Bring it back down, chest press. Hand comes up, finding that shoulder roll again. I'm driving to that left heel. I'm gonna go back to the T for my last one, and switch. Now, you can play with these. If you only like that little T shoulder roll, you didn't like the I, high or low, don't do it. Do what feels good. So if this one only is your spot, you can stay right there. Just roll it back. Bring it in, roll it in again. I'm gonna move to transition, palm up. Again, rolling onto that left shoulder now and bringing it back. Slow. I need to have control on that release. Now that hand, I'm gonna bring it up and find that shoulder roll on that left side. Good, back to T is where I'm gonna finish. And bring it down. All right, we're back up for high pulse cleans and lunges. This is round 2. Kicking off left side. Nice big step back. Coming up tall. Eight seconds left. We'll get one more high pull, one more clean. And then that bell will come down. Here we go, right side. Roll those shoulders back. I know, I told you it was gonna be a little arm and shoulder day today because we did lots of legs yesterday. We are full body every day, but sometimes we find a little theme to our work, which will kind of guide us to maybe hit a little bit more leg some days, a little bit more arm on others. Nice job, that chest stays lifted. Last 3, 2, 1. Now that bell is off to the side. We're body weight only, starting in that wide Cossack slide. Bringing it across for 2. Here's 1, 2. Bring it up, wide squat touch. Then get low, find that hinge, walk it out. Sink in the shoulders, 2 Hindus here. It'll take you a little bit longer in this set than when we did our standing jacks. Here we go, slides for 2. Wide squat touch for 2. Hinge, walk it out, 2 Hindus. And we're gonna go back to our chest press here. We'll start on that left side. Right leg is long, left knee is bent. Left foot is on the mat. Right hand is out. Now remember, those shoulder rolls are your choice. If you want less shoulder roll, give it more chest presses. So grab 2 or 3 chest presses before you move into that shoulder roll. I'm gonna bring it down, wrists up. That one's kind of my favorite one, but everyone's a little different in this rotation. I'm driving to that left heel to move that bottom half with me as I keep that bell stacked over that left shoulder. Nice, we're gonna switch. Coming in right side, right knee bent. I'm gonna turn. Nice job coming up on to that right shoulder. I'm driving through that right foot. Bring it down. I'm pushing down with that belly button. Coming in another chest press. Keeping that bell stacked. It takes me a little time to get back into that chest press. Maybe you find one that you want to hang out in on that shoulder roll. Nice job, 5 seconds left. I want you to push down with that core, put weight into that right foot. You guys, we're heading into our final set here. We're back to our high pull, clean to lunge. Finishing up. Just kind of angle it to the side so you can see my standing plank at the top. Hips and shoulders come down together. I'm driving through that right foot in front on that lunge, keeping it controlled on that back side. Nice job, last 3, 2, switch. It's our final swinging bell today. Wrapping up our high pulls, cleans to lunge. Taking your time in that lunge. We've got about 10 seconds left, and we're gonna go to our body weight work. Last 3, 2, 1. Bell comes down. All right, we're starting out in that Cossack slide. So nice wide stance. Finding that sink and slide. Sink, slide. There's 1, 2. Bring it up. Wide squat touch. Bring it back down. Find your hinge. Walk it out. Push back into those shoulders. 2 Hindus. Nice job. Walk it back to our Cossack slides for 2. Hinge. Walk it out. Hinge. Hindu. All right, we're in our last minute and a half. Coming in on that left side. Chest press. Roll it back. Left knee bent. Right leg straight. Now I want you to put pressure into that belly button. Use your foot to help you get pressure. And then push that foot into the mat as you lift that left hip. Rolling on right shoulder. Reset that chest press. Again, these don't need to be fast. As I find that kind of stacked position, I'm holding it, then bringing it back. Nice job. Finishing up this right side, and we'll be on with our Bell Wednesday. Woo! Here we go. Right knee is bent, and we've got left arm long and straight. 1 press, driving through that right heel. Moving into that shoulder roll and T position. Another chest press. Hand comes down, palm comes up. My range of motion on that one is a little bit bigger, so I'm holding it a little bit longer. Nice job. Finish it up. Last 3, 2, 1, and done. Woo! Awesome finish, you guys did amazing. High elbow. Great work. Oh my gosh, we did lots of combos. We moved pretty much everything today, though we did spend a little bit more time on our summer shoulders and arms. So have an awesome day, you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow at TRX.